Alright everybody, just back today again with another gear review. Today we're going to look at the Emberlit stove. And you can see I've got a little case here, I got a couple little extra items in there we'll go over later in the review. But I want to talk about the stove first, and I'll roll in some footage here in a minute where I actually used the stove went camping with my son, took this stove with me, and cooked up some bacon and eggs on it. So it's a really very capable stove. You can see it's been used, you can see the flame marks, the little bit of soot on there still. I've tried to clean it off pretty well. I've given it a good cleaning, yet it's still got a little residue on there, but it's a great option for these are basically what they call hobo stoves. Great option for a backpacking stove, for bug out bag. They're really lightweight. The whole stove weighs in. Let's get our scale out. Throw our pieces together. Not counting the case, which doesn't weigh much. Weighs in exactly 12 ounces. So it's a very lightweight stove option. This is the stainless steel model. They do make a titanium model that obviously is even lighter, but this is the one I purchased just because it costs. So kind of show you how you put it together. It's pretty simple. You've got these pieces here. You got your center piece, and you've got your main piece here, which is where you've got the hole where you actually feed in the fuel. And the idea behind this stove is that it's a bio stove. It works strictly off, you know, just firewood, sticks, whatever you can find to burn in that. You can also use tablets, like the Esbit tablets, those kind of things. But I would just, you know, stick with the wood burning. It's the easiest thing to find. You can find sticks everywhere when you're out in the woods. So there is a particular way you have to kind of match it together, and that's kind of the tricky thing. Once you figure that out, it's pretty easy. You can see how these kind of just join together like that, like so. And this one will go here, like so. Then you take your centerpiece. You can see these little tabs on the bottom. Stick it in that little slits there. Yes, I did say stick it in the slits. And then you add your final piece, which is the front where you actually put in and this one you kind of just have to finagle just a little bit to get that to go on, because you have to kind of get that over the top, like so. But there's your stove. Oh, didn't get quite get that. So you have to just, you know, the more you put it up, the more you practice with it, the better you're going to be with it. So there you go. You've also got these for some reason that's not going straight. Alright, so we got it all put together, and you can see that pretty easy. There is some instructions here on the case that it comes with. Now, a lot of these didn't used to come with these cases. I bought it from a certain vendor on Amazon that does include these. These are the newer Emberlit stoves, include these cases. I have this exact stove and seller from Amazon in my Amazon store. So if you want to purchase this, I want to get a case, you can just click on that link and you can purchase it. You can see it's got these cross members here that you can use for like a pot, like a smaller cup like that. And if you have a larger pan, like I was using a frying pan, like you'll see here in the footage, then you'll just want to use it like that. So, and basically you can either put the wood in like this, or you can feed it in the bottom. So it's kind of however you want to start it. You can see in the video, the footage I'll roll in, I got a really good fire going in there. Burned really hot. The only thing about these stoves is you have to keep them fed, you know, to keep that flame going and to keep your heat consistent. So, but considering how small and thin it folds down to, it's a huge advantage. I mean, it's very well worth the having to just feed a little bit more fuel. Just to compare a little bit to a couple other stoves that I previously used. I have a couple different Esbit stoves. I've got this little pocket stove here that used to go in my bug out kit. And it's, you know, just a real basic pop-up thing. You have the Esbit tablets there. You can see I've got like a little fire kit enclosed in there. So those are still a good option if you're trying to boil water, you know, just to drink, to survive kind of thing. That would work. I also got this stove by Esbit that is also a tablet burning, but you can use this kind of like this. I tried it a little bit, it worked okay. So you've got your cup, and then you've got the stove inside the cup. You can see, again, I've got a little fire kit with some cotton balls, some lighter, some fluids. So, and then you can put your thing like that. And as you can see, the Emberlit is has a much bigger surface area to use a bigger pan on, to grill on. You know, as you can see, I use a pretty good sized frying pan in the footage to fry up the bacon and eggs. So definitely a great stove. They come in around $44, and there are a few different competitive options out there in the marketplace. There's the Bush Box, there's the Firebox, just to name a few. The Emberlit comes in right in the middle. Price-wise, the Bush Box is the least expensive. It's made in Germany. This one is made right here in the US of A, and it's about, like I said, about $45, $44 on Amazon. The link's down below in the description for my Amazon store. And then there's the Bush Box, which is a little bit more expensive. So, but let's go ahead and roll in the footage, and you can see how well the stove performs and how easy it was to use. Alright, so we're out here camping, and we're testing out the Emberlit stove that I just got. And I should have shown you how to put it together, but it's pretty self-explanatory. They now come, you can hear that bacon sizzling. They now come in these little packs. They didn't used to come in these little sleeves. And the sleeves just gives you the instructions on how to install it. Then you got a nice little carrying case for it. So you can see we've got a pretty good sized fire going in there, and the flame is, and I've got a really good size. That's a pretty large frying pan on there, and it's easily handling that fire and frying pan. I mean, that's a solid base as long as we don't bump into the table, right, bud? Mm-hmm. And we're cooking up some bacon and eggs, so definitely stoked on the Emberlit stove. Pretty awesome little stove. You could do quite a bit with this. And look at that, it's going pretty good. You just feed the sticks in that little hole and keep the flame going. Well, we got a little fire outside of the stove right now. Well, Emberlit's a success. Got a nice, can you see that? Bacon and eggs. Cooks up fast, too. As I'm feeding my face. Pretty much as fast as a stove at home, I think. As long as you keep fueling it, keep giving it fuel. Pretty awesome stuff. Definitely a good survival stove and backpacking stove. In this case, just a camping stove. Guys, we're back. So as you can see, it did perform like a champ. Got that bacon and eggs cooked up nicely. Handled that really pretty good sized frying pan without any issues. So definitely a huge fan of the stove. I've been wanting to get one for a long time, and I finally bit the bullet, so to speak, and spent the money on it. And it's well worth the money. Made here in the USA, made of high quality stainless steel. It's a great design. It gets really hot. It's just a really good product. And what I've done is I've added a couple things to the little kit here, and I'll probably add some more. But I found these little guys work really good in these stoves, and they basically are like a fire starter. You can see they almost have like a little matchstick. They're made by Coleman. You can get them at Walmart in a little pack of 5. They're pretty inexpensive, and they're basically like almost like a fat wood. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like like those logs you can buy that have the paper around them. You can light those in your fireplace. Kind of something like that. They light up really fast, and they burn really long for a good amount of time. So they're a great way, once you started the fire, to get your other sticks and other kindling lit. And then as you continue to add fuel, these work just really well to get everything started. they break down real easy. You can see I used one in the footage below. So what's nice is these fit perfectly into this pack, or in this little case, so you can break your stove down, which I'll do here. Show you how easy it is to break down. It's just as easy to break down as it is to put up. Everything just kind of comes unattached here, and it's all nice and slim. Stack all these pieces together. You've got your cross members there. Throw it in that little sleeve, and voila, you're done. Breakdown, very easy. So what I did is I added a couple of these. These fit perfectly, size-wise, in here. So that way, if I'm out, you know, this is in my get-home bag or in my bug-out bag or whatever, you know, I've got a couple of those accessible along with the fire kit that I always have. And you know, that way I can make sure that I get my stove going, that I can, you know, if I can't make a fire, at least, you know, that's another good use for these is, you know, if you can't make a fire, if you're not in the spot, you could, you know, have a fire pit, build a fire pit, but you need to get warm, or you need to boil some water, you need to cook some food. You could quickly make a fire in this stove, and it would work really well for that. So you can see I've added some tin foil as well. I'm going to start lining the bottom with tin foil. Helps a little with the reflective of the heat, and it'll just be easier to clean up. It's more cleanup because there's a ton of ash that you get on that bottom plate, so it's more for just cleanup, but it'll help a little bit with the heat as well. But you can see it all fits in this little slim envelope looking dealio. So, you know, thickness wise compared to like the Esbit stove, I mean, that's a huge difference. I mean, granted there is a cup in here, but let's even look at the small stove. It's obviously a lot longer, but it's quite a bit thinner than even this little guy. So folds down really, you know, really thin, fit in your pack no problem. You got a nice little stove for your bug out bag, for your if you're going backpacking. It's very lightweight, it'd be really good for that. So definitely a big 2 thumbs up on the Emberlit stove. Highly recommended. I'll leave a link down below where you can purchase yours from the Amazon store, and appreciate the support with the Amazon store. Helps the channel grow, helps support the channel, helps me keep buying products like this and reviewing them for you. So any questions or comments, guys, leave them down below. We'll see you next time.